Hey everyone, Kelly Dean Allen here again. Today, going to show you guys how to play Driver 8 by R.E.M. Much beloved early R.E.M. tracks stemming from the band's 1985 album Fables of the Reconstruction. Now, while there were a few, Peter Buck and R.E.M. weren't exactly known for their fantastic opening guitar riffs. The one I love, of course, is a standout in this regard, but Buck was always very much more of a textual guitar player, serving the song first and not so much himself, you know, with big bombastic opening guitar riffs. Simply wasn't their style. However, this one's got a fantastic opening riff, and I'm going to show you guys how to play it along with the rest of the tracks. So let's close in here a little bit and get started, yeah? Right then, Driver 8, Peter Buck and R.E.M. from Fables of the Reconstruction. We are in standard tuning for this tutorial, and like I said, this one has a great opening riff. Goes a little something like this. Right, so that is the opening riff. So what we're doing here, open E, we're going to hit the open E twice, and then we're going to go 2, 3 of the low E string. Then down to the second fret of the A string, off to open A. Then you're going to go back onto that 2, drop onto the 3 of the A string. Now you're going to take your ring finger, slide it from the 4 of the D string into the 5 along with the open G. Kind of like that, right? And then you're going to drop onto the 4 of the G string after you do that little slide. And then we're into this. So we're going to slide into the 10th fret of the A string, alternate along with the open G string. So we're going to hit the 10 twice. You're going to do that one twice, down to the G, back to the 10, down to the G. And then you're going to descend it down to the 9, down to the 7, down to the 5 of the A string, each time bouncing back to that open G. Right, and then back into the riff. Right, so that is the opening riff, and now we drop into the first verse, which is 5 chords: E minor, C, G, D, and every second time instead of going to C, we're going to go to A minor. So kind of like this. C, G, D, back to E minor, now to A minor, then to G, then to D. Repeat. C, G, D, now to A minor, G, D. Right, so that's the verse. Now each time you go to D, you can drop onto the sus here, you know, on the 3rd fret of the high E, and then back off to the D, right? Kind of like this. G, right? Then A minor, G, right? And so you repeat that 4 times for the first verse. And at the end of the first verse, we drop into the pre-chorus, and we're going to stay in D. So we're coming into this, into D, now we're going to stay in D. We're going to repeat that 4 times. So D, move up into a C while still holding your ring finger on the 3 of the B string, ride it off to the 2nd fret of the A string, and then back into C. So you're going to repeat that 4 times. I think he's actually doing a little hammer-ons into that D from the open G. Kind of like that, right? And then the final time, you're going to do that C off to the, that third fret off to the second fret, and instead of going back into the C, you're going to grab the third fret of the low E string and then off to this riff. Which you're going to repeat twice, right? So what we're doing here, open E string, second fret of the A string, open D, and then right back to the open E string again. And then you're going to drop onto the second fret of the low E, and then just ride down the A, D, and back up to the A. And then you're going to drop into a G, third fret and second fret, ride down and back up to the A string again, and then off to the F sharp note there at the second fret and do the same thing. And then back up to the A, and then repeat the whole thing twice. Right, but much faster. And then we drop into the second verse, same as the first. E, C, G, D, A minor, G, D, C, G, D, E, A, G, D. Stay in D. And we go to those C's, right? And then we're back into this again. Four times. And then we drop into the bridge. A minor. Grab that second fret and then drop into C. You can do little hammer-ons from the open D while you're in C, dropping onto that second fret of the D string, right? Back to A minor, G, D, and then we're back into the opening riff again. Into the third verse. A minor. And so the third verse, same as all the other verses, pre-chorus, same, stay in D. Back into this riff again. Four times. And then finally at the very end of the track, off to E minor, lightly strum it, end of song. That, my friends, is how you play Driver 8 by R.E.M. Certainly hope you found that helpful, enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button, drop me a subscribe if you haven't done that already, as that would be very kind. And I hope you're well out there, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.